What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. Before I get started, I know people are going to ask, for those that are curious, this is indeed a redo of the video from yesterday that I took down. The reason being is I pulled the ultimate derp and did that entire video with Ancient Power in and completely forgot about it. So this time around, we got no Ancient Power. We're looking at raw stats, so let's hop into it. Now, first things first, the entire point here. You all have been hearing me saying for several years now, when it comes to Builder Ascension, always do the right thing and go into defense crit chance first, and then defense crit damage. Now, I've been getting lots and lots of questions about defense crit and defense crit damage, and figured I would go ahead and do some math and show you all the calculations. Now, first off, to get the number of what your crit damage is actually doing for you, meaning crit damage and crit chance, what you're getting out of crit, you would want to take your crit damage divided by 100 multiplied by your crit chance. So as a brand new starting character, we're going to take a look and we see we've got 10% chance to crit and 30% crit damage. Now this is with no Ancient Power, no Ascension, nothing applied. These are the default values you get. So at the default, when you're first starting into the game, your crit chance is going to give you 30% crit damage divided by 100 multiplied by 10. That's going to come up to 3% overall damage increase. So the value that crit is giving you an additional 3% damage on top of your regular base damage. Now, using that formula, crit damage divided by 100 multiplied by your crit chance will allow us to figure what is better out of crit chance or crit damage. Now, crit chance, of course, 1 point into crit chance is going to give you 1% additional chance to crit. 1 point into crit damage is going to give you 1% increased defense crit damage. Now, what this means is to figure out what value is going to be the highest, we just take that exact same formula and swap out 1 point for whatever the category is. So taking a look at crit damage first, if we put 1 point in here, we know our crit damage is going to go up by 1. So we would take 1 divided by 100 times 10. That means that 1 point in crit damage right at the beginning is going to give us an additional 0.1% overall damage. Pretty negligible amount. However, we are just talking about 1 point, and we're talking about the base level stats. So when you're first starting off, 1 point into crit damage is going to give you 0.1% additional overall damage. Now, if we take a look at crit chance, we know we've got 30% crit damage, so we would take 30 divided by 100, and we're only putting 1 point into defense crit chance, so we would just multiply by 1. So that, of course, is going to give us 0.3%. So you get an overall damage increase of 0.3% by putting 1 point into defense crit chance, and you get an overall damage increase of 0.1% by putting a point into defense crit damage. Now, once again, this is with the starting values with no Ancient Power. As a newer player coming in and just getting your Ascension points, this is why you would always want to go crit chance first, then crit damage. As your very first point you put in, 1 point in defense crit chance is going to be worth 3 points in defense crit damage. So crit chance, then crit damage, and that will help you along your way into progressing through the game and building out your defenses to maximize the amount of power you're going to get out of them. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button and please subscribe to the channel. I will be out of town here over the weekend, however, I do have some stuff ready to go for you all. And I will be back in town on late Tuesday night. So I will be pretty quiet in Discord and pretty quiet on the channel as far as answering comments go. However, feel free to let me know any questions or concerns you do have down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get them answered just as soon as I can. Thanks again, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.